Hi guys, Richard here. Today we're going to have a look at the Tictoc Loop. So first we're going to have a look at the standard definition of a Tictoc Loop and what it looks like. Then we're going to have a look at some of the places where you might struggle with it and how we can attack that, or how we can find out what your weaknesses are and how we can fix them. And then we'll have a look at a few variations. So we'll have a look at the Skids-in version and the tail to the center version, and a couple of the F3N versions that have been in and out of the schedule over the years. So we're going to start by flying the standard definition of a Tictoc loop, which is starting with nose up Tic-tocs, and then you're going to do 12 Tic-tocs around a vertical circuit or loop, and each Tic-toc the nose should remain pointing to the center of the circuit. And we're going to do exactly 12, and you can count them as we go around. And we're doing it with the tail thrust direction. So we're actually going to let the tail thrust help push us along and around the circuit. There are a couple of things you'll notice. So the start will be quite easy because the tail thrust is kind of initiating it. But when you get to the end of it, because it's still trying to push you along and you have to stop, you'll see the stop. You'll have to be really careful with the stop to try and get it to stop exactly where you want it. So let's do the 12-pointer. Right, so when you find a weakness, there are two maneuvers that you can do to address that, and you can combine them into one as well, which makes it a bit quicker. So if we take something like nose down Tic-tocs, we'll start those in front of us, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take it over to the right. Now we're going to stop it there, and then we're going to bring it back over to the left. Stop it there, and you can see the perspective has changed. You're now looking at the model from the side, and that's why we move it from right to left. So now we're going to move it up into a square. Okay, and the reason for that is the perspective has changed again. So you're now looking at the model slightly from below, and we'll take it across. And the perspective has changed again. Really making you work. It hasn't changed in terms of its position to the wind, so you can't really blame it on anything like changing conditions. It's literally only your perspective. So we'll bring it down, and then we'll bring it back to center. And you can literally use this with absolutely anything. We could use it with something like Tic-tocs, so let's go and try that quickly. A really good way of working on your weaknesses. So the next variation we're going to do is we're actually going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it the other direction around. So it's going to be against the tail thrust. And there are a couple of things that you'll notice. So first of all, your start, when you initiate, it's going to be a little bit more tricky because you kind of have to push it. You really have to pull it back and then kind of push it into that first one because you're pushing it against the tail thrust. Your Tic-tocs will either be a little bit slower or a little bit more pushed, so to try and fight that thrust as you're on the way up. Coming down will be fairly easy, but then what you'll find at the end, because you're fighting the tail thrust, it'll actually just come to a stop fairly easily. So in some ways a little bit harder because you have to work it all the way around, but you get a really nice clean stop at the end because you don't have to lean the model over to really fight it. So if you're doing this for F3N, just keep the tail thrust in mind. So for the next variation, we're going to do a really, really fast one. So this one, we're not going to do the 12 pointers. We're just going to do a really, really fast Tic-toc all the way around, and we're not going to bother counting them. So this might be the maneuver that you're actually wanting to do. Maybe you don't want to do 12-point Tic-tocs. However, I feel that learning the 12-pointer is actually going to speed things up rather than just trying to hammer them all the way around. Because I think if you hammer them all the way around, you're not actually going to know where your weak points are. You may feel that you're falling out somewhere down on the right-hand side, but because the model is moving so fast, that error might be happening a lot earlier. So I would suggest learning the 12-point first, and then once you've got the hang of that, doing fast ones like this, super, super easy. So another good variation is the one where you do the tail to the center. So you'd still do it as a 12-point Tic-toc, but instead of the nose pointing to the center the whole time, you actually do it with the tail. And you want to do it with the tail thrust for all of the reasons we've spoken about before. And effectively, the only tricky bit is that it's just slightly different to what you were doing before. So in the nose to center version, you're going to be hitting the same orientations, you've got to have the same amount of control, and you're going to have the same issues and weaknesses that you did in that version. So this should be fairly easy. So sometimes starting with nose down Tic-tocs at the bottom can be a little bit intimidating. So if you want to try this, or you feel more comfortable, you can actually start at the top with nose up Tic-tocs. And if you do nose up Tic-tocs at the top, and then you just do your circuit down, that might be a little bit easier, just in case you don't feel that familiar with nose down Tic-tocs. Okay, so now we're getting to some really tricky ones. We're going to switch this to Skids-in. So everything we've kind of done before, we want to learn Skids-in. This can be useful doing it on the sim first, or really working out all the intricacies on the sim. I find that learning Skids-in Tic-tocs was a real brute force affair. You just kind of had to get on the sim. Otherwise, I find it just takes a lot of flying to do it. Whereas if you can do it on the sim, you do a couple of evenings in the week and it'll come a lot quicker. So let's do a Skids-in 12-point Tic-toc. And then if we've done the nose to center Skids-in Tic-tocs, we now have to do the tail to center Skids-in Tic-toc loop. Now we're going to do a vertical Tic-toc 8. So this is an F3N maneuver. It's kind of been in and out of the F3N schedule over the years. And what it is it's actually a forward moving Tic-toc, and you do half a loop or half a vertical circuit, and then you do half a pirouette. So now you're going up backwards to the top. At the very top of the 8, you then do a half roll. So you now skids in or blades in, depending on what you started with. And you finish the top loop. So you come down still Tic-tocking. As you reach the middle of the 8, you do another half piro and you exit forwards out of the maneuver. So just two more variations. This one is another F3N maneuver. It's called a time travel. Essentially, it's actually a piro Tic-toc, but it's a piro Tic-toc reversal, so you do a half and a half. The tricky bit is that as you go round and you hit the 12 points, your tail and nose have to keep pointing at the center. So you'll kind of start like that and you'll go tick, tick, but then you have to have it sort of angled like that, and then you do tick tick. So that tail or nose has to be pointed at the center at every change. Super difficult. I had a real problem just after the center point coming on the way down. I had to put a lot of hours to kind of get that working really well. And it's a K11 or a 10.5 in F3N. So if you can do these sorts of maneuvers, you're really up there. And the very last maneuver is going to be a time travel, but we're going to do it skids-in. I haven't seen this anywhere, but it's just once you've got time travel, you might as well try skids-in as well. Exactly the same thing. As you go round, your Tic-toc position will change, and you'll do 12 points. Nice and difficult, a real challenge.